Aloha everyone, welcome to White Shadow Spiritual Advising. My name is BriaBogatin, and today we will be speaking on how to properly work with and understand the law of attraction. If you see me looking down, it's because I have a list of things to go over here so that I don't get lost in the sauce. So this is something that a lot of people have asked me to speak on, that I talk to my clients a lot about, and something that I personally reflect on and think about pretty often in my life, because there's a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings when it comes to the idea of the law of attraction, manifestations, and affirmations as a whole. A lot of this is absolutely due to the misleading new age movement that is now plastered all over all forms of social media platforms. So you have to be really careful with people saying things like you can manifest absolutely anything you want into your life, or that the law of attraction can do things like override destiny, and they might not come outwardly and say that, but in truth, that is what they're trying to project, or the practice that they are trying to take part in. So all of these things are true to an extent when it comes to the law of attraction. There's the law of attraction, and then there's predetermined circumstances and destinies and karmic lineages that we have to go through. So for example, I don't think that, the mother who gave birth to a, child with cancer was trying to manifest that or work with the law of attraction to have that happen, right? And she also probably can't exactly work with the law of attraction to heal her child. So that is a karmic thing. This is a predetermined destiny that someone is meant to go through. However, on the lower levels, for example, like giving yourself rose baths with pink Himalayan salt and white and red rose petals and rose quartz and carnelian and red garnet, and you're like, I want more passion and intimacy and love in my life. That is a more so low level way of working with the law of attraction. Maybe I shouldn't even say low level. That is working with the law of attraction. When I say low level, I mean, so like, that is what it is. It's not that you can exactly work with the law of attraction and manifestations and affirmations to bring about these outlandish things, because if you could, there probably wouldn't be starving children and people in third world countries that are completely impoverished. Don't you think they want to work with the law of attraction to get food and water and have health care for their children and for their families? So people take this stuff too far, and then they give out these teachings that are extremely misleading. We work with the law of attraction every single day of every single moment of our lives. So for example, if you are spending most of your days eating junk food and sitting in front of the TV, you're not going to just miraculously manifest money from lighting a money candle. That is just ridiculous. You have to put in the work, and the law of attraction and working with the law of attraction is an expression of yourself to the universe and your higher self and the law of attraction. So if I am, every day researching about how to move to New York City, apartment complexes, roommates, the kind of jobs that I need, that is meeting the universe halfway. And then at the same time, I could go and get a money candle to attract money. And then again, meeting the universe halfway, next thing you know, you get a phone call about a potential roommate, an apartment that is on sale, or a great job opportunity where you'll be making double the money you thought you would be making. That is the essence of working with the law of attraction and manifesting things. However, that is eliminated when it comes to our destiny and the things that we are predetermined and predestined to experience in this lifetime. So people have to learn, and we have to learn how to separate the two things. And I think about this stuff all the time because I always try to figure it out within myself. We hear about the law of attraction, but there's starving children and homeless people and third world country people who are dying and sick and starving to death. There is no law of attraction involved in that. And people need to start to be able to decipher the law of attraction and karmic lineages and karmic events and karmic circumstances. Because being born into a family where you are abused or you are put down constantly, that is, and it's hard to hear and understand, that is a karmic destiny and a karmic lineage. All these awful, this is the problem with the New Age movement. All these awful things happen on this planet, and this New Age movement kind of tries to act like things are all hunky-dory and shit, and it's not, and we have to have, there is an explanation for why these things are happening. There's many explanations, but ultimately, we do choose to experience some of these things in correlation with our karmic lineage and what our soul is looking to learn and grow through. So if we can bring an understanding to ourselves that in regards to some of our childhood traumas, or in regards to people who live in third world countries, children being trafficked and stuff like that, it's sadly, in earthly truth, not a mistake. It's something that is an event that happens for many reasonings metaphysically. We have a lot of negative energy leached onto this planet that feeds off of the trauma and fears of these kinds of things, and then we as souls either choose to come back here, or we're forced back here, or whatever happens, and then we decide to move through these different experiences so that we may learn or break these cycles or break these lineages. Why we choose to go through these horrible traumatic things, I don't entirely understand either. I don't think anyone can truly say that they fully understand that. I think that we can have ideas, but I think it's really hard to grasp that a soul is choosing to experience these things, or that it would be karmically correct for a soul to experience these things. However, this is the harsh reality and the higher understanding of why there's so much suffering and trauma here. It's that aspect, and again, the aspect that there's a lot of negative entities and energies that feed off of the traumatic experiences that we go through. It's just what it is, and you can argue with me about it, or you cannot, because I don't really care anyway, but why do you think all this stuff's going on? There's something that's benefiting from it. So if there's something benefiting from it, and then we as souls are incarnating here, we are choosing to have some of those experiences, right? That these entities are manifesting and creating through societal structures and through brainwashing techniques and getting into our subconscious and our psyches, putting drugs and alcohol out there to make people act out of character, and all sorts of stuff. So then we find our human flesh in these crazy experiences, and it just is what it is. But when it comes to the law of attraction, that is completely different than what I'm talking about, and a lot of people like to combine those, and that is where things just go wrong, at least in my opinion. So when we're talking about the law of attraction, we're talking about in my opinion, lower level circumstances, not negative, just circumstances that aren't so grand. For example, like attracting more opportunity into our lives, like attracting more money into our lives, attracting more love or romance, a new home, an adventure. That is how we work with the law of attraction, not trying to, create these circumstances or to stop these circumstances that a lot of times are out of our power, or sometimes are too difficult to just say, I'm going to light a money candle to stop being homeless or to get out of my mom's house. It's just a little bit ridiculous. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, we have to learn how to word our affirmations properly and know when to use specific wording. For example, if you were saying, I want to attract money, I want to attract love, then you're at the same time telling the law of attraction that in this present moment, you do not have money and love. So what you need to do is say either out loud, honestly, what I think the best thing to do is just be grateful for the aspects of money and love you do have in your life. If you're able to say, I have money for food. I have money to put clothes on my back. I have money to put gas in my car. I am secure. And if you're able to say, I have love from my pets, I receive love from my friends or my boyfriend or my children, then by recognizing that, you're able to attract more of it. Gratefulness is the strongest manifestation you will ever do. It's way more powerful than lighting a money candle. It's way more powerful than saying affirmations. Being able to recognize what you already have. And we are so privileged in these countries, America, United Kingdom, Canada, countries like that. We're so privileged that we don't even remember to be grateful for the food in our fridge because it's just so natural to us, we forget to be thankful for the roof over our heads because we just think it should just be there, right? Well, it's not just there for people in other places. So why do we think that we just deserve it and it's just normal and it's just there and voila? No, you have to be grateful for that. You write a gratitude list. I am grateful for the roof over my head. I am grateful for the food in my fridge. I am grateful for my health. And then you will find more food in your fridge. You will find more ways to add to your home. You will find more love from the people around you. That, in my opinion, is the greatest way to do it. Say that you're grateful and why are you grateful, and have the acknowledgement of all of the blessings around you, and stop overlooking the little things because the little things go into bigger and greater things, right? So if you are sitting there and saying, I want money, you are kind of saying to the law of attraction, I don't currently have money. So what you want to do is actually say things like, in this moment, I am wealthy. In this moment, I am financially secure. In this moment, my career is being uplifted. I am in balance with my relationship to money. My relationship to money is positive. I see money as a tool and a resource. I have a great relationship to the law of attraction. I am open to receiving. I am full of love. I receive and give love in this moment. You want to affirm, because remember that when it comes to these kinds of things, you are pretty much trying to bring about resources or circumstances that are outside of yourself. So again, in order to attract it, you have to affirm that it is already here, and then acknowledge the different ways in which these resources are already in your life. Okay, so then there's other circumstances, like for example, when my clients receive the 7 of Cups tarot card. So for those of you that don't know what the 7 of Cups tarot card is, it is a card of too many options, maybe being at a crossroad, too many different choices, things going on, too many opportunities, too many fantasies, too many ideas, and just maybe even too much inspiration to where you don't know what direction to take. And it's things that are very in the air. They're not grounded. So the whole idea of that card is to ground down some of these things and figure out what is meant for you and what is not meant for you within these ideas or opportunities or whatever. So what I tell my clients to do is to go outside and tell the universe who you want to be and decide who it is you want to be. So this is where the whole want thing is actually going to work. So want or aspire, the word want or aspire. So please keep in mind that the English language is very much a trap, okay? If you look at a lot of the root meaning of English language words, they are not very positive. So if you think of like the term good morning, you're pretty much telling someone to mourn, right? Look up the root word and root meaning of the word mortgage, mortgage, okay? So you have to be aware of these words, the energy of these words, the root meaning of these words, and where you are using them or applying them in your speech, especially in regards to the law of attraction. So this is where the idea or the word or the term want or aspire to is more beneficial, okay? Because if you're saying things like, I want to be a mother, I want to be a boss, I want to be a singer, I want to work with children, I want to work with food, then you are actually deciding upon a version of yourself that you are aspiring to become. So the whole want thing is more so good to use in terms of deciding upon a version of yourself that you are looking to express. When you are saying, I want money, you are trying to attract something that is outside of yourself. But if you're trying to create something that is within you, a version of yourself, a persona of yourself, then you can say things like, and to the universe, I want to be a mother, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a public speaker. These are again more so decisions and ways to choose the path to complete your destiny. I want to complete my destiny. I aspire to work with women. I aspire to inspire people. These are, again, versions of yourself you are deciding upon, okay? So I hope that makes sense. You're not saying, it's okay to say, I am not that person yet, but I am aspiring and I want to be that person. That is the energetic difference between saying, I want to be a mother, and saying, I want money. Because if you're saying, I want money, then you're affirming that there's no money in your present moment, but you have money in your present moment, right? Or else you probably wouldn't be watching this video on your iPhone. And if you're saying, like, I want to be a mother, and you don't have children, okay, well then that makes sense, right? So, ding, 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 right? Light bulb moment. That is where the words can either make or break you. And when you say things like that, it's like a broad stroke of, okay, so she's saying, it's like the creator saying, okay, she's saying she wants to be a mother, so let's eliminate these other things that would prevent that or hinder that or slow that progress. She is deciding what she wants to be, okay? So I hope that makes sense. I know that this can be a little bit contradictory. Is that the word? Contradicting? Sometimes I swear to God, like, I be making these videos and I just do I do readings all day, and then I make the video, or I make the videos and I do the readings, and words and language just all of a sudden become an alien thing, and I don't even know. I make up my own words, or I say words wrong that I don't normally say wrong. That's just a side note. Okay, so let me just go over my little list here to make sure we are right on track. Meeting the universe halfway, we talked about that. Okay, so feeling the energy as you attract. What you want to manifest, you can already bring about from within. So what I like to tell people to do, for example, if you would like to be in a relationship, get in a meditative state and feel and bring about the emotions that you think that you would feel while being in a relationship. You know, feel the butterflies, feel the love that you want to share with someone, feel the energy of giving and receiving. If you want to, I keep using the money example, so I'm trying to get away from the money example. If you want to manifest more harmony in your life, in your household, what does that look like? Maybe it looks like your children doing their homework without you asking. Maybe it looks like your husband cleaning up around the house more. Think about it in a meditative state and bring about the emotion and the feeling and the sensation that it would create within you. If you can create it in your present moment, then you're already putting it out there, and then you will start to see it physically manifest. So that's the whole thing with attracting something outside of ourselves, is that we have to be able to bring it out first. We have to manifest it energetically first. We have to manifest the energy, the feeling, the sensation in order to see it in a physical way. So, destiny overrides your manifestations. I mean, destiny is, you know, kind of the front runner in all of our lives, right? And I always say, we have ultimate destinies and a million different ways to get there. So again, when I'm saying things to you like, using affirmation such as I want to be a mother, I want to be a boss, I want to be an entrepreneur. That is you deciding and choosing the path to complete your destiny. Because if you think about it, if your destiny is to be a public speaker, you don't have to be your own boss to be a public speaker, right? You could work for some sort of firm, or you could be like a public speaking college professor or something of that nature. It's the fact that public speaking is the destiny, right? And then there's all these different branches of how to get there. So, understanding what this means for those in poverty and karmic circumstances, I'm pretty sure I went over that. Just understanding that these ideas, you know, a lot of times are created by people who live in first world countries and don't see the, you know, poverty and the lack of resources that some people in this world have. Yes, they can work with the law of attraction, but that looks very different for people like that. For people like us that are so blessed to live in a privileged country, it's just different, you know, and it might be different for different races as well, you know, someone who might be Asian versus someone who might be black, or someone who might be white versus someone who might be black. The law of attraction might look different to them. It's hard to like wrap your mind around. This is why I think about it all the time. And but I encourage you guys to reflect on that. A man versus a woman, right? Law of attraction might look different for someone who's a man versus a woman, or someone who's transgender versus someone who is cisgendered, someone who is gay versus someone who is straight, you know? That might look different to them because we are born into these karmic circumstances that will dictate our relationship to free will, law of attraction, law of polarities, law of abundance, all of that. We have different relationships and connections with them. It kind of is like a person-to-person basis. If you were born atheist, then your relationship to the law of attraction, we all have a relationship to law of attraction, whether you believe in it or not. But if you don't believe in it, that the law of attraction is going to show up in your life differently. If you do believe in it, it'll show up in your life differently. If you're working with it through crystals, that could dictate that as well. If you're working through it with sex magic, that could dictate it as well, which you can do all those things, you know, modalities for law of attraction. I like speaking. I'm a speaker. So I like literally some mornings I will come out and the horizon's right there with my very beautiful view that I am grateful for. And I will look at the horizon and I will speak to the law of attraction. And I imagine it all coming to me as I am speaking it. Creativity as an expression of the law of attraction. So this is something that I very much did after I graduated high school, into the years following that. I moved to Hawaii when I was 20 years old, about to turn 21. I would literally sit on my swing set back home in Jersey, childhood swing set, and I would listen to music, and my mind would just go to these places of just wonder and joy, and I would just have these immense sensations of feelings that I didn't exactly know what they were, but they felt amazing, and I wanted to physically create them in my life. So what I would do is go on my swing set, blast music in my headphones, you know, whatever music of the time it was, and I would just let my mind go, and I would feel all these sensations and have these visions and have these intuitive feelings and thoughts. And I just knew one day that they would become a physical manifestation, and that's what it was. But see, first I created it and affirmed it in that moment. I felt it in that moment, and I brought it outside of myself, because what I was feeling, I did not feel in my life during that time. I did not feel in my physical reality. I only felt it when I was on that swing set listening to music. So music for manifestation, art for manifestation, sex for manifestation, singing, dancing was another one that I always did, and I still do. But you can use your creative side to work with the law of attraction as well. If I have children, if I want to have children, how can I express that, how that would make me feel through my art? You know, maybe you would draw a beautiful landscape that is, you know, filled with greens and pinks and, you know, heart chakra kind of colors, loving kind of colors, you know. So creativity as an expression of the law of attraction, you know, getting it out there. I always say the first step to manifesting is putting it on paper or that putting on paper, you know, drawing it, writing it, poetry, whatever. Everyday activities and how you express yourself to the law of attraction. Again, how you operate every day. So for example, me making this video is an expression to the law of attraction that I want to have a successful YouTube page. If I'm just doing, you know, videos here and there and I'm not really caring and I'm not putting the work into it, then I'm not going to get more subscribers or more likes and build a community. My community is going to be stagnant, or I'm going to lose followers. And that goes for every area of our life. If we want more love in our lives, then we have to express love first. Being kinder to people, telling our mother that we love them, telling our pets that we love them, seeing the romance and love in our lives outside of a relationship, because you can still experience romance not in a relationship, and a lot of people like to act like that's not a thing as well. So that very much goes into my next thing of not labeling or accepting specific forms of desires. For example, love, and not noticing it when it arrives. So you're not just going to light a love candle and then just magically be in a relationship a week later. I mean, I guess it's possible, right? It's not impossible. However, usually if you are wanting to be in a relationship, the universe and the law of attraction is going to put you through a process of almost initiation to prepare you to even be able to be in a relationship and be successful in it. So for example, if I'm wanting to be in a relationship, I better start noticing the different ways love is already around me and the different ways romance is already around me. What can I do? Let me go get my nails done and paint them red. Let me go take myself out on a date. Let me go, you know, I ever said something so scratch that. Oh Lord. Do what you gotta do to make yourself feel good, right? Okay, so you have to, oh Lord, I don't know. I hope my parents don't see this. Oh my God. Oh Lord. So maybe I would go and get a you know, light some pink candles, get the vibes going around you, see love that nature gives us, see the love that we give ourselves, and acknowledge it and accept it and love it. I'm still laughing. Oh my God. I cannot. Romance is surrounding us in so many different ways in our lives, and people just kind of label it to be only a relationship thing, but that is just so not true. Romance yourself, girl. Romance yourself. Go take that bath. Go buy yourself some new shoes. Go buy yourself a ring. Buy yourself flowers. I used to always do that before I was in a relationship. I would always take myself out on dates and I would buy myself flowers, and I feel like it manifested into this, having a man who constantly buys me flowers, and, you know, we go out on dates, which I mean is normal, but you know what I mean. He romances me, and like how I used to romance myself. And so that is me expressing to the law of attraction how I want to be romanced, okay? And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Gratefulness is the most powerful thing you can do to attract things. Trust me, I always tell people to write gratitude lists. It's so powerful, it's so centering, and it's so humbling. And when you're writing that gratitude list, make sure you write down that you're grateful for your car, that you're grateful that you have food in your fridge, that you can afford to have food in your fridge, that you can afford to feed your husband, your wife, your children, that you can afford to be of assistance to others because you're successful. Take note of these things, because those things, having food in your fridge, having a house, having a car, all that is the foundation that you build off of to attract greater things. More cars, more money, better cars, you know, newer cars, whatever. And so when we're able to recognize that we all have things that someone else doesn't, or that someone else would like to have, it can be extremely humbling, and we can find how blessed we truly are. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, leave them down below and I will answer you. And, you know, send this to all your friends and loved ones and subscribe and like my channel. Yes, God. And maybe I'll make another one if there's some things you find confusing, or if you would like for me to extend on it a little bit, I can absolutely do that. Thank you all so much for watching my video, and aloha.